What are the alternatives to guess and check factoring? Imagine trying to find a hidden treasure without a map. Guess and check factoring is like that. You try different factor pairs until something fits. But there are smarter ways to solve these puzzles. Let's explore some of the best options. First, always look for the greatest common factor among all the terms in your polynomial. This step is like clearing the clutter so you can see the structure better. For example, if you have 8x to the fourth power minus for x cubed plus 10x squared, the GCF is to x squared. Factoring it out simplifies the polynomial and makes the next steps easier. Next, if your polynomial has four terms, try grouping. You can split the polynomial into two pairs, factor out the GCF from each group, and see if the binomials match. If they do, you can pull out the common binomial factor. This method often works well for polynomials with four terms. For trinomials where the coefficient of the first term is not 1, the AC method is very helpful. You multiply the first and last coefficients, then find two numbers that multiply to that product and add to the middle coefficient. These numbers help you split the middle term, making the polynomial easier to factor. Sometimes, you can use a slide and divide approach. You temporarily adjust the leading coefficient to 1, factor the simpler polynomial, then divide back to find the original factors. This is especially useful when the coefficient of the quadratic term is larger than 1. Recognizing special product formulas can also save you time. For example, the difference of squares, which looks like a squared term minus another squared term, factors into two binomials. Sum and difference of cubes are other patterns that follow specific formulas, allowing you to factor directly without trial and error. When the polynomial is complicated, substitution can help. Replace a repeated or complex expression with a single variable, factor the simpler polynomial, then substitute back. This makes tricky polynomials more manageable. Lastly, if the polynomial is quadratic and other methods don't work, you can always use the quadratic formula. It finds the roots of the quadratic, and from those roots you can write the factors. Completing the square is another way to rewrite the quadratic to see the factors more clearly. So, instead of guessing and checking, start by looking for the GCF, then identify the polynomial type and choose the best method. This approach makes factoring faster, easier, and less frustrating.